Hello, you guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Muggle Reads. Some of you may know me from my other page, Muggle Sings, on Instagram or on YouTube. And if you're here from there, thank you. And if you're new, welcome. So, this is hopefully my first video. Hopefully, because I really hope that there is a second one. Because I really need to talk about some stuff. Okay? And I have nobody to talk to about all my stuff, which is I have zero friends who read. So I cannot talk to anybody about it because I don't like talking in general. But if somebody is like, oh, tune wo book padhi, then I will launch at them basically. As you can see, I have chosen the maximum show off wala background here, which is my bookshelf, by the way, which I'm really proud of and which I got very recently. So yes, this is my bookshelf. Meet my bookshelf. In 8th or 9th, 8th, 9th, yeah, I started reading Goosebumps, R.L. Stein, my hero. So I started reading Goosebumps because that was the only interesting thing in my library, guys, before you start judging, by the way. Okay? It only had encyclopedias and Goosebumps. Guess what I chose? Yeah. So I read all the Goosebumps in my library, even the updated collection. Like I finished everything. Like कुछ बचा ही नहीं था. Then 10th में जब मुझे बोर्ड्स की पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए थी, I was reading Harry Potter obsessively in school, during class, by the way, ऐसे डेस्क के नीचे छुपा के, and then घर पे रात को ऐसे टॉर्च जला के, because लाइट जली रह गई तो you guys know, I guess. So yes, I read Harry Potter. Then I read some other books which were a mystery, thriller, crime genre. I read The Killing Hour by Lisa Gardner. I read Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I read The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, and I was like, मेरी favorite book तो The Girl on the Train है. And it is amazing, by the way. If you've read it, you would know, and if you haven't read it, you should. And then I stopped reading because my mom caught me several times reading when I should have been studying. So I did keep the Upanyasas for a while, and फिर भी मैंने पढ़ाई नहीं करी. Sorry mom. Anyway, फिर उसके बाद 11th, 12th, then I got into college, then we had COVID. Then last year I discovered Bookstagram. Actually, Bookstagram discovered me because I was nowhere near Bookstagram before that. I was like as far away from it as possible. But It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover was everywhere. It was so in my face that I was like, maybe I should read again. I haven't read in a while. I'm not doing anything with my life right now. Lockdown था, सब घर पे थे, कहीं बाहर नहीं जा सकते थे. So why not start reading again? Which was a very good decision, by the way. So yeah, I started with It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So a little backstory. I had never read romance before. I never wanted to because I have a very good reason. Just wait for it. So I saw The Fault in Our Stars, A Walk to Remember, and I was like, my god, क्या बदतमीज मूवी है. Because like मूवी तो बदतमीज है ना यार, ऐसा कुछ रियल में थोड़ी होता. तो I was like very 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 offended by the movies because unreal, to be honest. I loved them, but I was offended कि ये लोग पागल बना रहे हैं मेरा hopes and dreams का पागल बना रहे हैं. तो yeah, I was like very offended by unreal romance. So I was like, why would I read romance when I don't even want to watch romance sometimes because I'm so like hurt by it. I know it was stupid and I still do it sometimes. I'm like, ये कितना unreal है, ये क्यों कर रहे हैं? But now I've gotten over it and I do read and I do watch a lot of romantic comedies and romance and everything like that. So yeah, that was a phase. I was really dumb, of course. I was a 14-15-year-old who thought मैं बहुत edgy हूँ कि मैं romance नहीं पढ़ती हूँ. And दिल से I am a pathetically hopeless romantic person. But उस time पे I was like edgy, like मैं नहीं देखती ठीक है romance. I like action. I know. So yeah, so I started with It Ends With Us. Then I read The Love Hypothesis. Then I read The Hating Game and I fell in love. Like The Love Hypothesis and The Hating Game are still some of my very close to my heart kind of books because I really, really, really like them. So Then, and I haven't turned back since. I read like 80 books last year and I'm already at 80 this year. Okay? So, yeah. And both the genres, by the way. I read romance, anything romance. I prefer young adult and college settings and things like that, or job settings. And second genre I read is murder, mystery, thriller, crime, anything dark and gory. Yeah. So that's the whole backstory that you didn't ask for. So now let's get to what I read last in both the genres. I read like two books at a time, both different genres. Okay, so the last thing I read in this genre is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. The Secret History by Donna Tartt is about these like six students in a very posh and purana setting. So देखो book में कुछ नहीं है, but it's so well written, it's so beautifully written that I could not stop reading it. आई नो, मतलब ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि आई एम वेटिंग फॉर सम ट्विस्ट और आई वॉज वेटिंग फॉर कि अब क्या है, क्या देयर वाज सम काइंड ऑफ सस्पेंस. नो, देयर वाज नथिंग. आई न्यू एवरीथिंग. यू डिस्कवर एवरीथिंग प्रिटी क्विकली, बट यू स्टिल कांट स्टॉप रीडिंग इट. इट्स द मंडेन इज रिटन सो ब्यूटिफुली दैट आई, व्हाट कैन आई से. ये मुझे तब से पढ़नी थी जब से आई रेड इफ़ वी वर विलन्स लास्ट ईयर, एंड आई वेंट टू गुड रीड्स एंड आई डिस्कवर दैट आई वाज स्टूपिड फॉर रीडिंग इट apparently. People were like, ये क्यों पढ़नी, if you've read Secret History, this is just like a short version and this is like another version of it and this is a copy and this is a modernized version or whatever. So I was like, ये भी पढ़ लेंगे, which was 600 pages by the way, which is a lot. Okay, but yes, I really liked it. And the last romance book I read is this, Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, which was recommended by Heath's Book Club on Instagram. See, I follow this page. Her name is Heather, and she is my best friend. She doesn't know it yet, but she is. So she reads the same books, almost the same books as I do. She read Love Theoretically. I read Love Theoretically. She loved Love Theoretically. I loved Love Theoretically. So हम तब से ही best friends बन गए थे, by the way. So yeah, उसके बाद she recommended Out on a Limb. So I was like, of course, bestie, I will. And I do not regret it. It's the most pyara book. It's so pyara, matlab the banter, and it's a pregnancy trope, by the way, which I do not read. As I told you, I just read the young adult stuff, college settings, office settings, things like that. But this was a pregnancy trope, and mind you, an accidental pregnancy trope. ऐसा नहीं कि शादी करके बच्चे करेंगे, खुशी खुशी रहेंगे. No, this was like a one night stand turned into accidental pregnancy, and then the guy she had this baby with was the most perfect guy in the world, and he is the love of my life, by the way. His name is Bo. Okay, I have many loves of my life, by the way. He's one of them. I have so many. I will tell you about them someday. So yeah, Bo is like the most perfect person, boyfriend, whatever. Just like he's just the most. He's so understanding. First of all, he's so मतलब इतना reassuring, understanding, healthy. I mean, इतना caring. Like you'll be like, he does nothing wrong, by the way. यही problem है मेरा romance से, ठीक है? He has zero faults. There are no fault in his stars. Okay, so yeah, that's like my boy. So yeah, that's the last book I read in romance. And currently I'm reading this The Guest List by Lucy Foley, which is the crime and mystery thriller section genre of my reading club. See, first of all, I want to tell you that I don't read summaries before diving into a book. I just dive into a book. I will read like a line or two अगर वो cover page पे है, या फिर जैसे you know, like this book says, A Remote Island, An Invitation to Die For. This is all I knew about the book before I started reading it, and I've read like 60 or 70 pages. I started today, and there's a wedding happening in a remote island in the middle of the ocean. There are a limited number of guests. I think there will be a murder, and of course there will be a storm because कोई जा थोड़ी पाएगा, कोई आ थोड़ी पाएगा. They had to make things interesting. So yes, there will be a limited number of guests, there will be a murder amongst them, and they have to figure it out, and I have to figure it out, and I usually don't figure anything out. So that's why I enjoy reading mystery. So yeah, this is my current read. And for romance, I am not reading anything currently because I have to start, and I need your help in that. See, I want to start a Emily Henry book. I have all of her books. I have people on vacation, I have book lovers, I have beach read, and I have the happy place. I have read none of her books. Don't judge me. Shut up. Thank you. Now I want you to pick the one I should start with because I'm really, really, really confused and I'm indecisive as anything. We don't abuse here, guys. Anyways, so please help me pick an Emily Henry book I should start with. So comment which one I should start with. So yeah. Now coming to the book haul part of the video, which is what I got from the bookstore this week. Yes, I went to the bookstore this week and I got like 3 books. So I'll start with the first one I got is this Loveless by Alice Oseman, who is an angel, by the way. She is the author of Heartstopper, which I'm sure if you've not read, you've heard about because season 2 just came out and it's everywhere. I mean, तुमने देखा नहीं होगा तो तुमने पढ़ा होगा, पढ़ा नहीं होगा तो देखा होगा. If neither, I know you must have heard about it because it's everywhere. Nick and Charlie, that's them. So yeah, I wanted to read Loveless because this is about a person who has struggled with romance all her life and she feels like everyone around her is in love but she's having a really hard time with it and that it's a problem. So yeah, she discovers herself in this one and if I like it, I will buy every book by Alice Oseman because that's what I do. I'm really dumb like that. I don't care if I won't like the other ones. I will just buy them because I want to. Then the second book I got is The Trial by Franz Kafka, which is... all I know about this book is it's about a crime, which is my genre, guys. So that's why I got it. And I also got it because I really wanted to read something by Franz Kafka. I have heard so much about him. I have read little quotes and tiny sayings about him and I just really admire like the way he writes. So I wanted to read a proper book. Kya batao, you know. So that's why I got this one. Then the third book I got is The Boy, the Fox, the Mole and the Horse. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charles Mackesy, जिसका बाय द वे मुझे अभी तक प्रोनाउंसिएशन नहीं आता था. मैंने स्पेशली यूट्यूब पे सर्च किया है उसका प्रोनाउंसिएशन. प्लीज़ अप्रिशिएट द एफर्ट. ओके, सो it was recommended to me by this person who is the only person in my general vicinity who reads, by the way. She is a relative of mine and she said you should really give this a try because it's a beautiful book and it has some beautiful messages. So I believed her. So I got it. And it is a beautiful book, by the way. Look at it. It's so pretty. Look at it. Wow. I can't wait. So yeah, this is the third and final book I got. So that's it for the book haul. I think you will see a lot of book hauls by me because I am an impulsive shopper like that. For books at least. Like I will go into a bookstore and I will like, एक तो खरीदनी है. खाली हाथ थोड़ी चली जाऊंगी बुक स्टोर से. So I every time I go into a bookstore, I buy something. I am impulsive like that. I will not leave a bookstore without one. And the funny thing is, I do find something to buy. Okay, like ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि मुझे कोई मिले ही ना अपने मतलब की, but नहीं, मुझे मिल जाती है. And I do buy it. And I get at least one book I buy too. And also I have been to many cities and I bought a book from every bookstore I've been to. I've been to like bookstores in Gurgaon, in Lucknow, in Pune, in Dehradun, and I have books from everywhere. So yeah, that's it for today. That's what I'm gonna do every week, hopefully. I will tell you about what I read, what I'm reading, what I got, and if I have none of that, I will tell you about the books I have read in the last year and this year. And you'll be like, wow, thank you, Angel. Because like I will tell you about books that you have not heard about, and they're amazing, especially in the crime genre. Like, you know, the Frida McFadden I just read, the Housemaid book is very famous right now. So I liked it so much. Like I was so taken aback by the twist that I was like, I did not see anything coming as usual, and I was like, wow, that is so fun. I read all of her books, all of her crime thriller books, all of them, like in a row. I read like 10 books in a row by Frida McFadden. I'm that pathetic. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully you'll hear more from me next week with new books to talk about and new reads to talk about. And please comment which romance book should I read by Emily Henry first. Please, please, please. Thank you. So that's it for today. If you liked it, please share, comment, and like and subscribe. And that's it. Thank you. Bye.